Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today on A.Vogel Talks Menopause I'm going to be talking about can you get period symptoms without a period in the menopause. Now if you like this video blog and want to be notified of new ones that come along each week, then please click on the subscribe button below or at the end of the video. So can you get period symptoms without a period in the menopause? And the answer is yes, you certainly can. It is really quite common. It's amazing how many women come to us and are wondering whether this is a menopause symptom or not. There's slightly different scenarios here. There can be those of you who are starting to miss periods. You might find that you miss one or two and they get a couple of periods back, and then you miss maybe 3 or 4 periods and get some back again. In the months where you are missing periods, you may find that you still get all the usual PMS symptoms as well. For other women, it could be that your periods may have been stopped for 6-7 months or longer, but each time at the same time of the month, you will still get exactly the same symptoms that you used to get before your period stopped. So why does this happen? It's nearly always due to low estrogen. All that's happening here is that your estrogen is starting to fall, but it still has a cycle every month. So it still goes up in the middle of the month and down towards the end of the month. It's still high enough to trigger those PMS symptoms, but it's not high enough to trigger a period. So what kind of symptoms are you likely to get? Tends to be the usual ones, and most women will find they will be very, very similar to the ones they had beforehand, but sometimes they can be exaggerated and they can be worse, which is not a nice situation to be. So you might find that you get the cramping, which tends to be the most common one. You get the bloating, you can get the sugar cravings, you can get the breast tenderness, the irritabilities, the bad mood, the anger. You might find that you get constipated, and you might find that you just feel really uncomfortable and heavy in this particular area. Can periods come back after this as well? This is another question we often get asked. And the answer is yes. Your hormones don't fall nicely and neatly as you go through the menopause. You can have times where your hormones are falling, so you'll get these particular symptoms, but then your estrogens can start to go up again, so it can end up peaking to the point where it could trigger your periods back again. So there's quite a few, as I say before, different scenarios for this to happen. So what can you do about all this? In order to maybe balance your estrogen, to help even out the big dips and the rises, if it's appropriate, you could look at our menopause support. This is known to help to gently rise and balance your estrogen. So you may find that it helps to decrease those exaggerated PMS symptoms. Look at magnesium. This is great for everything, but especially for things like PMS, irritability, the bad mood. It can help sometimes with the breast tenderness, and it's really good for the sugar cravings as well. You can look at vitamin B complex. Again, this is going to help to just even your mood out. If you're getting the digestive bloating, and by that I mean what happens is you will get up in the morning and you'll be reasonably flat tummy. By the time you get to evening, you just feel as if you've swelled up like a balloon. This is very often due to your falling estrogen affecting the transit type and your digestion. So you end up creating more wind and bloating in the gut. For something like that, we have our Molkazan fruit. You could also take a good 1-a-day probiotic, which can often be very helpful. Remember the water. That's really important to help with this whole process, because dehydration can make everything worse. And if you are getting constipated, that build up in the whole pelvic area can be enough to create problems with your monthly cycle and also these sort of PMS type symptoms. So it's really important, if you get constipated during the menopause, remember the water, and also make sure you're just getting plenty of really good fibre rich foods, loads of fruit and loads of vegetables. When is the point you would contact your doctor? If it's causing pain and cramping to the point where you're having to take painkillers, then definitely go and see your doctor. If it's debilitating your daily regime in any way, please go and see the doctor. And if the bloating you're getting is constant, which basically means that you're waking up bloated and you're going to bed bloated, then please go and just get this checked out by your doctor as well. Hope you found this one interesting, and I will look forward to seeing you next week on another edition of A.Vogel Talks Menopause.